Yo, what's up? It's Cooley, Redbeard Podcast. The sky is shitting on us right fucking now. Yo, we are driving to Newport, Rhode Island. It is going to be a fucking great day, except it's not because it is raining cats and dogs out this motherfucker, and I hate that shit. So, without further ado, we are going to get into this motherfucking episode because we don't even know what we're going to talk about!
Down digga digga digga. Down digga digga digga. Do it in a hat, and how about that? Do wear red hair, and I don't care. Redbeard Podcast. Doom digga digga digga. Redbeard Podcast. Doom digga digga digga. The Redbeard Podcast. Doom digga digga digga. Gonna kick your ass. Doom digga. Redbeard Podcast. Yeah. Redbeard Podcast is brought to you by these cool, awesome people. That was live.
Yeah, and we're back because we never left because that was live as fuck. Yo. So we're on our way to Newport. We're going to go do this this competition contest thing where we're going to eat hot sauce like some fucking idiots. It's going to be fun. I can't wait to do it. It's probably going to be better than Tide Pods. Probably not because nobody's going to die, but I'm sorry, we're not in that business. Death is not the business that we're in. But without further ado, I just want to introduce the man that's driving the vehicle to Newport right now. This is Tony Amaral III, a.k.a. the Red Rocket.
The Red Rocket. What's up, guys? Yeah, so I'm driving in my Nissan Rogue up to Newport, and I keep getting horrible weather alerts on my car right now, so hopefully we don't die on the way up there, but we should be good. So word.
If not, that'll make
it's all for the episode. It's all for the hot sauce challenge that we're gonna be releasing later next week. Also, I just want to give a shout out to Newport Jerky Company, who is actually allowing us to come down to their store, get some awesome footage, and make this challenge a possibility.
Yeah, that's all super great. We are actually mad fucking committed to doing this shit because we told you we were gonna do it. We're gonna do it, even though nobody fucking heard us when we told you that we was gonna do it. We're gonna do it anyway, and we're gonna drive through this fucking horrid weather. Thank you. Hold on, I'm gonna pass the mic over to Jay Costa.
Oh, hi. Oh, that's good. So, here we are, back seat of the Nissan Rogue. And we're having a good time. With me in the back seat are
Ren. Hello.
Hi, Ren. And
hello, I'm Jim.
Jim, you look comfortable.
I'm very comfortable. I'm not wearing a seatbelt, so I have the ability to move around when I want to, like through the windshield if anything bad happens.
And are you comfortable?
I'm comfortable, but can we focus on how Jim is man spreading in the back seat?
I don't know. It's not long. It's wide.
Oh
okay.
My God.
That's just. Oh, okay.
Thank you for sharing.
This is intensities, and it is raining, and we're navigating. Well, Tony Amaral. Do you give your full name? No. Oh, Tony is navigating.
Tony Amaral.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I don't know. Hey, we're approaching the Newport Bridge. It looks like it's apocalyptic. There were air raid sirens earlier when we left the house.
That's no joke. That shit is no fucking joke. There were air raid sirens. I was bugging the fuck out. I was like, what is this shit?
Yo, look
at
these
Waves.
Wow.
To pop out of the ground.
You waiting for aliens?
To pop out of the ground.
Oh, this is intense. Wow. I mean, if you could see this. This just in, we're reporting to you live from the Newport Bridge. We have weather that is unseen, unprecedented. We are seeing white caps on top of the water now. With me here, passenger seat, is Mr. Cooley. Mr. Cooley, can you tell us what you see?
I see nothing.
You heard it here, folks. Nothing. We've seen nothing. Everything went black. Everything is gone. We're all doomed. Wow, what is that guy doing? We just drove by a vehicle, and this guy literally has all kinds of building materials hanging out of the back of his vehicle. And he's tailing a New England pest control truck, so that's just an accident waiting to happen. There's going to be bugs that are going to live today. That's all I'm saying. Jim, what do you think?
Yeah, hey, if they got into an accident, guaranteed the lumber that's in the back of that guy's car is safe from insects. No termites in there.
Would it be?
Yeah, I would assume so.
It would?
I'm sure
The lumber would?
if you rear-ended the pest control car, I'm sure some chemicals would get onto the lumber.
You don't think that would bug him?
Oh.
But I'm.
What do you think of this whole mess? And tell us about your morning.
I am super tired. I didn't sleep very well or long at all. But we're gonna die for hot sauce, and I'm gonna haunt Tony's cat if I die.
Ren, what did you do last night?
I went to see Lou Barlow. He's the bassist for Dinosaur Jr. and the lead of his own project, Sebadoh. 2 teachers in Connecticut apparently just host shows.
Wow.
And there were like 30 tickets. It was super underground. Their house was beautiful and more than I can ever afford with all the money I make in my life. And Lou Barlow just showed up and was like petting their geriatric 17-year-old chihuahua. And I was like, I'm in love with him. Oh my God. And then he touched me and said kind things about my laugh and my writing utensil that I let him borrow.
Nice. Gosh. Dinosaur Jr., very underrated band. Oh my gosh.
Very good band.
What did he say about your writing utensil, and what was the utensil?
It was like a stylo pen, like the really nice, expensive pen with the ink that's just like glides, like the jelly ink. And he was like, "Oh, that's a nice pen." I was like, "Yeah, it's a really good pen." He's like, "Yeah."
Pen you would expect to see in the house you were in?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And just because like all I do is art, my bag is full of nice pens. So I was like, "Let me show you a nicer pen." And he was like, "Oh yeah." And then we fiddled with a square machine, like both of us couldn't figure it out for like 20 minutes.
Did you have a protractor in there at all?
No, I wish.
Protractors are great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's a good angle on that conversation.
So I don't know if you guys had seen this when I posted it on Facebook, but apparently, and get ready for this because this shit is fucking cool as hell. Apparently, in Minnesota, there is a dude who actually put a statue of Jason Voorhees
Underwater
in a lake for people to just stumble across when they're diving.
Dude, that is amazing.
Can you imagine being the person?
I'd lose my mind.
Yo, that would be the scariest thing. You wouldn't expect it. It's not anything that you would think, oh, somebody just put a statue here. No, like you would look at that shit and you'd be like, oh shit, it's Jason Voorhees. Even though you know that there's no logical reason why Jason Voorhees would actually be real and chilling in a lake in Minnesota.
But it would catch you by surprise. You betcha. Oh, yeah.
That would freak me out, man. Like, if I saw Jason Voorhees underwater, like, there'd be a split second where I'd probably have a panic attack until you realize it's a statue. Like, why is it there? Like, I don't know. There's just so many things about the video that is actually on the Redbeard Podcast Facebook page. If you watch it, there's footage of somebody, like, inspecting it underwater. Like, it is frightening as shit. So check it out. I freak out, man.
I heard next he's going to make a statue of Freddy Krueger, and he's going to place it inside the dreams of teenagers.
Wow, man.
Yeah, the other shit too. You know what we didn't talk about last week?
Cobra Kai.
Nah, man, wait. Just wait for Cobra Kai. Wait for that shit. More importantly, Black Panther. We're going back to that shit.
Yeah.
Going back to Black Panther because we didn't talk about the goddamn after credit scene that everybody wants to talk about.
And just so you guys know, if you watch Black Panther again, and when the tribe comes out of the cave, the second dude that comes out looks exactly like Cooley. I am the 4th person to actually say that, so look for it.
Also, why am I the only person that knows the names of these fucking tribes, man? It's the Jabari tribe.
The Jabari tribe, man, because you read the comics and remember.
Man, it doesn't even have anything to do with that, man.
I forgot. I don't know, dude. It was the name of the tribe isn't something that was easily remembered by me.
Because you're so white.
Exactly. Dude, I'm the most pale fucking person you've ever seen. White doesn't begin to ascribe. I'm like a shade away from albino, all right?
Oh,
no problem.
Oh, man. Oh, I don't know. Maybe there's someone in the movie that looks like Tony. We just haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, not in the tribe. I doubt it.
Not in the tribe.
Yeah,
No?
Yeah, or you just didn't see him because the sun set on him too directly.
So the after credit scene in Black Panther. There's two of them. One is a little less. I don't want to say less interesting, but it was actually like foreshadowed a bunch throughout the movie, where he actually announces that he's gonna, bring Wakanda technology to the rest of the world, let the people know about the secret of Wakanda and the vibranium stash and all that shit. That's something that we kind of seen building up, and they actually started the process before they rolled the credits. So when that happened, that wasn't too shocking, but the one that I really wanted to talk about was actually seeing the Winter Soldier, Bucky, coming out of a tent, all fucking zenned out and shit, looking like the last samurai in Africa.
He's got a bit of the Wakanda fever, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. I think he might. I don't know if he's into Shuri or not.
Man, so I still need to see it. I have not had the opportunity to go to the theater to see it. So I obviously loved the comic books growing up, so I need to see this movie. The every trailer I've watched is just insane.
Yeah, it is fantastic. It was so well done. Yeah, Black Panther is a masterpiece. Ren, any comments on the after credit scene? Any what was your reaction when you saw that happen?
The one with Bucky? Yeah. So I was very thrown off because I was like, where is Shuri? Because they're like by a riverside, and she looks kind of like she's doing some kind of like, I don't know, more doctor-esque work than actual tech work. Like, she's dressed low-key, hanging out with little kids. And then she's like, oh, hello. And he just comes out of the tent, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know why he's there, but I was interested to see it. Mm-hmm. That was my only thought. I was like, oh, that was vague as shit.
Did he seem a little like emaciated to you? Like, did he seem like he lost some weight?
Yeah.
Like in that scene?
I don't know. He's like buff as fuck. I just look at his big square jaw and I can't focus on anything else. He was wrapped up.
It's a great jawline.
A big ass jawline. I don't know.
Yeah. So when that happened, when he comes out of the tent, like behind me, there was a pretty much in unison a reaction of, "Who the fuck is that?" Like most of the audience in the showing that I went to, I think most of them had never been to a Marvel movie before.
That's what I was gonna say. I was watching it, and like I would say a good 70% of the people left.
Really?
Yeah. When I was watching it, the demographic is people who are like, "Yo, this is my people." They're not going to go usually see a Marvel movie because it's more open to like the white kids who grew up with, the dads who exposed them to that. It's very nerd culture, and it's like it was very much a white man's game. There weren't a lot of like female characters back in the day. There weren't any people of color really. So there was nothing for kids growing up of color, and now there are. So they're getting more and more exposed to it, and like they're not used to watching Marvel movies. They don't know about the trailers at the end, or the cutscenes at the end. So people just left. They were like, yo, I'm here to support this movie. And the cutscene, I don't know if it was necessarily worth staying, because there was like the before credits cutscene that I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then the after credits one, I was like, I don't know, that was weird. I don't know what that means.
I think it was predictable though, like when we were talking about like what the end credits were going to be, the end credit scenes, and I was like, oh, it's totally going to be it's totally just going to be Bucky at some point. Like, we're going to have to see him because that's where he was put at the end of Civil War. So I knew that was coming, but I agree with you, Ren, because everybody started bouncing. I'm like, where's everybody going?
Like jumping up and down?
Yeah. Like, you got to...
No, leaving.
I'm agreeing with him because it's dumb.
Oh, okay.
So,
I was making sure that the audience knew that's what you were
they were
doing.
jumping up and down, bouncing, but people were just leaving, man. It was kind of weird to me, but I just feel like even if you haven't been to a Marvel movie before, it's like you see other people sitting there. It might be a clue that there's something else is going to happen. So I don't know.
I feel like that's a movie thing in general now. Is every movie seems to have some sort of a secret hidden ending at the end of it.
Maybe that's what we're just used to because of the genre of movies that we tend to like or watch? Question mark for the audience to see.
The first end credit scene that I ever saw was you ever remember the movie Adventures in Babysitting?
Yeah.
At the very end, you see the guy still on the edge of the building, and he's just asking for help. Like that was that was the first like end credit scene I had ever seen. I never knew that was a thing. And then the second one I saw was Ferris Bueller.
Dude, yes.
He's like, go home.
Yep.
You know, like those are the only two end credits.
I saw that in the theater. That was great.
You know, and like they don't do that anymore, man. Like they now it's just like you expect to see something at the end of a movie, which I feel like kind of like loses its like fun. You know, like those were kind of like secrets that you get to see if you were willing to stick around to see all the people that put the time into the movie. They don't do that anymore.
It's similar to like how I felt in like the 90s with like albums, like the hidden tracks and the extra tracks.
Oh yeah.
You know, it'd be quiet, and then I didn't know at the time what the paradigm was for recording contracts in the 90s, but you'd have to have X amount of minutes on an album to actually get your advance money and to get your full payment. And I never knew that, so that's where it kind of originated from. And then people were starting to do it and get a little artsy-fartsy with it, and I loved it. I thought it was great. I mean, like the Nirvana one was like one of my personal favorites.
I was gonna say that endless, nameless.
So it's like the silence in between was like an extension almost, like to give yourself a couple of extra minutes, like a buffer.
Yeah, so like whether it was
towards the minutes of the album.
Yeah, so it would actually whether it counted like 1 second per track or if it counted multiple seconds per track. And another one that was good for that was Tool had done that. And I believe the criteria for the mid 90s was a 45-minute album to hit a different bracket, if I'm not mistaken. And it was just, but people had fun with it, which, I mean, why not? If you didn't write enough songs, you're in between tours or you're on tour and you're writing, that's a great way to just kind of, oh yeah, we've got 45 minutes worth of an album, here you go. Why not? But it's an extra track, it's a secret track. Right. But it was always fun, like waiting to the end of the credits.
Totally. Yeah. So you wanted to talk about the Karate Kid.
Yeah, man. They released a trailer, there's a teaser and a trailer now for Cobra Kai, which is going to be coming out on YouTube Red, and it literally just has, William Zabka and Ralph Macchio coming back, and William Zabka, who plays Johnny, has just decided that he wants to reopen Cobra Kai and start training students again, and obviously Daniel LaRusso is not cool with that because he knows like all the crap that came along with Cobra Kai. So,
but man, Johnny learned his lesson at the end of 1.
Yeah, well, kind of. I don't know. And that was my point that I asked him when I actually was able to meet him at Comic-Con. I was like, dude, you kind of just like at the end of that movie, you're like, you're all right, LaRusso. I'm like, really, man? He just kicked your ass. Like, if you wanted to kill this kid the entire movie, and he takes you down in 3 seconds, you change your whole perspective. Like, it just didn't really seem too realistic to me. But, the trailer basically ends with Daniel LaRusso showing up to his place and being like, hey, man, like, you shouldn't be doing Cobra Kai because, it was bad and all the crap it brought with it, so I'm not going to let you do this. And then they're going to fight. And William Zabka looks way more in shape than him. And Ralph Macchio steps up to the plate and looks like he's just tired. And I don't know how this is going to go down. But I guess we'll figure it out, man.
Yeah, that sounds interesting. Because he's the best around.
He is. Nothing's ever going to take him down because he's the best around.
I think now would be a great time to take a break and hear a word from the sponsors.
Supply and demand investing, where not all investments are created equal.
Yo, Tony, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, dude?
Yo, man, want to play a game of Would You Rather?
Yeah, man, let's do it.
All right, well, would you rather, over the last 3 years, have invested in Bank of America with an annual dividend payout of 1.77%? Or would you rather have invested in Citizens Bank with an annual dividend payout of 1.76%?
I don't know, man. I'm going to have to think about it. But you know what? To see the results of what we came up with, or if you have 2 stocks you'd like to see compared, go to supplyanddemandinvesting.com/redbeard.
Supply and Demand Investing is here to offer guidance when it comes to investing. Whether you want to invest in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or exchange-traded funds, supply and demand investing is here to help.
And unlike the buy and hold method of investing of the past, supply and demand investing is comparative to any good sports team. There are good times to play offense by investing your hard-earned money in things like the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, real estate, or international equity. And there are times to play defense by investing in fixed income, higher dividend-paying assets like bonds, CDs, or cash. So check out supplyanddemandinvesting.com/Redbeard.
Second half of the podcast starts now.
Yeah, boy! Yo, so we're about to do this challenge. We're heading back to the homestead, the Cooley household, where we're gonna unpack all the shit that we just got from Newport Jerky Company, and we're gonna sit down and we're gonna do this challenge, and it's gonna be pretty crazy because I had some pretty weak shit and it made my eyes water. So we're gonna see how the strong shit does for me. I'm probably gonna end up in the fucking bathroom for the rest of the day.
Are you is your stomach sensitive to hot foods? Cool.
No, not at all. My throat is sensitive to hot food, but I'm recently learning that because usually I'm pretty good with it. But that holy shit sauce that they gave me, that's what it was called, holy shit sauce, actually, made me feel a little heat in the throat, and I wasn't sure that I appreciated that.
Oh, Jim, what you got there? Did you get that at the shop? What was your favorite things at the shop?
Oh, I got myself some Carolina Reaper peppers. I got some bacon popcorn. I got some Moroccan octopus jerky. And I got some reindeer sausage.
Reindeer sausage?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's intense.
Yeah.
What's your favorite thing, Ren?
I got a son. I have a little baby alligator skull, and I got a nice mild hot sauce.
Ooh, what's that one called?
Susie's hot sauce was established in 1960. It's the Caribbean taste.
And you proposed an interesting theory about labels and packaging and marketing. Could you delve into that for the listeners?
Yeah, I say the more effort that went into the label, it's probably garbage sauce, and then the better the sauce, the more like trash the label is. Like a child's drawing on a good ass hot sauce, you know it's gonna be good. If it has like, I see the hot sauce with like the bullet hanging off of it, and like too much branding went into that. You're focusing more on like the hype, whereas other people who have like spent a lot of time making the sauce are just like, I don't know, let's name it after my kid and just put it on shelves.
I will agree with you. Only I will say the sauce with the bullet on it, the Mad Dog 357. I own that. That is legit. Like, that is actually super legit. I put like 5 drops of that into like a vat of chili I made, and it like gave it a sick kick. So that stuff is super hot. But I've tried like the hottest sauce ever. It had like a really cheesy label on it, and it was you're so right on that. Like totally.
Like the thing I would say though is like, if you, I don't know if it's necessarily true, just because like if you have like a great packaging and a good label and stuff like that, sometimes that's indicative of the success of the brand. Like, I mean, like sometimes the brand might start off with a shitty label or shitty packaging, and then as you make more money because your brand is that good, you can actually afford to put it in the package of your dreams, like your vision, and put it on the shelf. So sometimes that's what that means. Like, but I get what you're saying though, because I have seen like tons of stuff out there that's in like fantastic packaging that's made to draw your eye to the product, so you'll buy it based on that instead of the quality of the product, which is kind of a shady practice, but it happens.
Right.
I don't necessarily agree with that either, though, because the people who make the best hot sauce are doing it just for like the labor of love for the hot sauce. If you're trying to run a business about it, it generally is just like focus on the wrong things and the sauce comes off okay. But I like the aunties who are just like, this is the sauce I've been making forever.
Well, and the thing with that too is the hot sauce that actually is super hot and really ends up being good stuff, they end up making a lot of money off of it because the product speaks for itself, and then when they have the money to change the packaging, they actually don't have to.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's successful. So I mean, but I've seen both. You know what I mean? I think it can go either way. But I found the best hot sauce that I have ever had has been in like kind of like a cheesy small bottle. Yeah.
Thank you, aviation woman.
Aviation.
I think another industry where that is prevalent in that, whereas there's that marketing and hype versus just product, would also be in wine. Oftentimes there's so much money that gets put into marketing, and it happens. I mean, we see it with movies, we see it, we hear it with music. There's a lot of hype going around, especially with social media. Just give me a good product. Just give me a good product. What do you think, Jim?
No, I agree. I don't give a shit about what it looks like as long as it works.
Now here's something I know that we can relate on.
That's what she said.
Metallica had the coolest t-shirts. We were gravitating to those as kids. Do you think they had the cool shirts so people would listen to them?
I don't know. See, I think that might be something completely different. I think you make a cool shirt because it looks cool. I think that if you're going to be a serious like collector of shirts, I think the cooler the shirt looks, the less money it's going to end up being in the long run. Because so many people gravitate to the cool looking shirt, it's sold so many.
Yeah, I have to agree with that too. I don't know. Yeah, it's tough with band merch because you want people to buy it, so you want it to look cool.
So you want it to look cool,
right?
Yeah. If you're wearing it, I can understand that you want to really focus on the look and the aesthetic of it.
So,
but if it's a product you're going to use, it doesn't necessarily have to look good. It just has to function properly.
Here's a question: Do you think the look of the band is more important than the sound of the band?
No.
Because what if Metallica looked like Dave Matthews Band? Would they still be as popular?
No, they wouldn't, and there's a reason for that.
Okay.
Sadly, nowadays, it's absolutely correct. Like, you think about One Direction and bands like that, it's all the young kids who have the parents' money. Like, our generation is, pirating music or just doing Apple Music instead of buying albums. So the kids who are actually buying the CDs, the t-shirts, buying the $100 tour tickets, it's all for, like, the attractive bands who aren't necessarily super talented.
Yeah, especially in modern times. Yeah, absolutely. It's sad to see because there's less support of those artists, especially in music. You don't see it so much now with like movies. People are still going out watching movies, but merchandising. I mean,
you know what's funny though? They actually, I feel like movies you would think are doing well, but when they introduce an app like Movie Pass, I feel like that's them like reaching out for like to get money because
great point.
Not a lot of people are going to theaters, so why would you actually put an app out there that charges you $10 a month and you can see like any movie or like one movie a day?
It's true. No, it's like, definitely happening to Hollywood.
I feel like you're getting people to go to the theater more often, but not actually making any money off of it though with Movie Pass. Like I don't understand their marketing scheme there. You know what I mean? Like that seems a little weird to me.
It's probably along the lines of licensing, and again, it's a whole other topic too.
Yeah.
Why are people not going out and supporting? Huh?
Bunch of pricks.
And it goes back to that marketing thing. So maybe the fancier the package, it appeals to the masses, but it's just maybe not a good sauce.
Yeah, it's like people you're attracted to. You're like, they're super hot, and then you get to know them, and you're like, you're a garbage bag human being.
I think
keeping it real.
That is amazing. That's a great point. Wow.
And then it's the ugly people that function properly.
Amazing.
That's my Facebook quote of the day.
That is phenomenal. Yeah, and it goes to that old adage: don't judge a book
By its cover.
by its cover. Don't judge a hot sauce by its label. Yeah.
And we're gonna find out later.
Tony, what was your favorite part about our trip today?
Well, I liked actually, having to drive through this horrible hurricane. It's been kind of challenging, but whatever. This is the first time I've had to drive with two hands on the wheel in a long time. But I just
You normally drive like cool guys?
I feel like a grandmother driving right now. This is ridiculous, man. I feel like I'm getting like my driver's test right now. I gotta have like 10 and 2 position. But no, dude. I think the guy, I think Andrew that we talked to at Newport Jerky Company was awesome. And I also got a bag of the Carolina Reapers, so I'm looking to try those. I don't know how that's gonna go because they're like the hottest pepper in the world. And I also got this other hot sauce in a coffin like box. That was the packaging. I forgot the name of it, but
Meet Your Maker.
Meet Your Maker. Thank you. That is looks like it's going to be a serious challenge.
That one is what, like 5 times the ghost pepper or some shit like that?
Yeah, something like that. It's like ridiculous. Like
2 million Scoville?
It's I don't remember the exact.
No, I think it was like 4 million.
I think it was like 4 million.
4 million.
Yeah,
Pardon.
yeah.
Forgive me.
But I'm looking forward to trying that. It's probably not going to be back to back, but I think one of these is going to be enough. But I accept the challenge, and I'm going to make it through, man. And you guys will all be able to see it. And Ren is going to do some, what are they, Ren?
They are salt and vinegar crickets.
I'll try
man.
one. I'll do one.
I give you props because I don't think I can actually do that just because I think I'll throw up. So.
I've had worse things in my mouth as a woman.
And, all right. Care to elaborate? Nope.
We've had gross things in our mouth too.
Yeah. Well, Jim, you can't have clam chowder with crackers on it because you have like a problem with texture. So I'm surprised that you're going to be trying some of the stuff like a cricket. Like I'm surprised you're going to be able to do that.
As long as it's not mixed with corn.
You don't like the texture of corn?
I can't do like corn. No, I can do corn by itself.
You can't do it with like mashed potatoes.
But I can't mix corn with anything.
Yeah.
I don't know. Cooley, what was your favorite part?
I think the bacon lip balm that I picked up is fantastic. It's
Give us a review.
dude, it's silky smooth. Glides on like a fucking dream.
And you like putting it in your mouth.
And I love bacon.
I love bacon.
Yeah, it's great. It's perfect. The store just had a really nice feel to it. It was it's a very welcoming feel to the store. So like, going in there, like it just made me want to look at everything. It's set up very well. You can tell that they put a lot of care and effort into making it a great place to visit and shop. And the dude there, Andrew, was great, man. Good dude.
Yeah.
One of the things about the store I think is cool, man, is like it's set up very clean and very neatly, but it also has just like this very lax feel to it where you walk in there and it's like they don't feel like they have to shove the stuff in your face. Like you're just going to end up finding most of this stuff interesting and like odd, you know what I mean? Like they go to Comic-Con and they do really well because they have like the most interesting jerky. So I just feel like when you walk in there, there's going to be something that catches your eye. It's pretty awesome.
Right.
Yeah, it was a fun place. I really enjoyed it. And I agree with both of you. Very welcoming, very lax, but very friendly. If you get a chance, if you're listening, be sure to check out their social media. Check out the Newport Jerky Company, based in Newport, Rhode Island. If you want, rare jerky, weird meats, weird. What's your criteria for
Exotic meats. Go with exotic.
Exotic. Yeah. And
you can get
hot sauce.
ostrich jerky,
Yeah.
snapping turtle jerky. What?
Mako shark jerky.
Hammerhead shark jerky.
That was amazing. Gosh. And then they had all kinds of like trinkets and accoutrements. And
I don't know what that word means.
Accoutrement.
Clobber log.
That too. It was great. I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was real fun. So yeah, be sure to check them out. And I don't know where to go from here.
Yeah, that's pretty much it, bro. It's pretty much it. You just gotta check us out on our Facebook as well, which is Redbeard Podcast on Facebook. You can also check us out at Redbeard Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. You can catch us on LinkedIn.
LinkedIn. And,
Get a job.
And YouTube.
Yeah.
So, go for it, man.
And Tinder.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I would say if you go to Newport Jerky Company, be sure to let them know that the Redbeard Podcast sent you. And definitely, if you want to do a hot sauce challenge, do the hashtag Redbeard Hot Sauce Challenge. Hashtag Redbeard Hot Sauce Challenge. Take a picture, take a video. We want to see it. We want to know what you're doing. And we don't think you can do anything as hot as Tony Amaral will be doing, or Cooley himself will be doing, or the weirdness that is going to be going into either Jim's mouth, or the crickets that Ren is going to have, or I don't know. What weird stuff are you going to do?
I'm going to do whatever hot sauce we're going to do today. I'll do it today. I'll do cricket. I'm down for whatever today.
Right on.
Any and all things.
All right.
I'm not just limiting it to what we bought at the store.
I love it.
Any and all. Well, guys, that does it for this episode of the Red Beard Podcast. On the road, in the rain, in a storm. Yeah, keep an eye out for the Hot Sauce Challenge, and we'll see you guys next week. Later. Peace.
Goodbye.